That is, besides parallel parking. And unless you're a driving instructor or a valet, you know what I'm talking about. How many times have you found a spot on a crowded street, and then once you get ready to park, you thought, how am I supposed to fit this huge machine into that tiny rectangle of a space? And then you remember, that's right, I have to back into it. What better way to do something you're already a little leery about doing than by having to do it backwards? Meanwhile, cars are piling up behind you because they all want your space for themselves. You can actually feel their jealousy and impatience. The pressure is on. You check every mirror, turn all the way around in your seat, crank the wheel, step on the gas, and pray everything will work out. And most of the time it does, but only after you pull forward and back 17 times so that you're not too far away from the sidewalk or too close to the cars in front or behind you. It's precise, restrictive, and totally unnatural. Just like dieting. When you decide to go on a diet, it's never because you feel great and want to reward yourself by reducing your food intake and exercising more. The idea usually comes to you after you've gone bathing suit shopping or right before your high school reunion. You feel ugly, depressed, and totally unlovable. Let's face it, these are not healthy states of mind to be in for a major lifestyle change. These are the feelings that make you want to curl up with a quart of Haagen-Dazs and watch the Lifetime Network all day. Now, I'm not saying a made-for-TV movie starring Meredith Baxter doesn't have its own healing powers. In fact, that woman has gotten me through some very rough times. But if you're already down on yourself, lying on the couch watching reenactments of real-life heroism and eating as much ice cream as you can hold is just a quick fix. Eventually, we all have to put the spoon down and get up off the couch. When I'm feeling flabby, here's how I try to look at it. I've been on summer vacation with my body, but now it's time to get back to school. Everyone knows you can't learn anything at a school that has no teachers. This is why I recommend getting a personal trainer. Now, it sounds very Hollywood to have your own personal trainer, but in fact, they have them at every gym everywhere in the country, maybe even in the world, except Sweden. No one in Sweden goes to the gym. They're all tall and thin and healthy eaters by nature. It's something about the altitude and the fact that there are no starches allowed in the country. I'm pretty sure I read that somewhere. The good thing about personal trainers is that they make you feel guilty. Sure, it sounds bad, but think about it. How many times have you seen someone who jogs around your neighborhood every day without fail and thought to yourself, how do they do it? The answer is they feel guilty enough on their own to make themselves do it. Sure, if you ask them, they'd say something like, oh, I love to jog. That's ridiculous. No one loves to jog. It's painful and boring. They just feel like they have to. Getting a personal trainer is like buying that same guilty feeling, but with the extra bonus of disappointing someone besides yourself if you flake out. You practically want to work out. Practically. I used to be the worst when it came to physical fitness until my psychic introduced me to Rico, the man who's now my personal trainer. We've been through a lot these past 2 years, but I'm all the healthier for it. Not only did Rico guide me through the awkward beginning stages of my new fitness plan, but he also helped me with my poor nutrition problems. I remember when I first told Rico that my weakness is coffee ice cream. You'd think I said I like to eat $100 bills. You can't eat that. Why would you want to eat that? This is the weirdest question I have ever been asked. I actually considered taking the time to explain to him why ice cream is so good. How could he not know? Then I remembered we were on my dime. It's delicious, I wheezed, trying to finish my 4th sit-up. Trainers will always try to have deep, meaningful conversations with you while you're exercising. Get your heart rate up. Well, if you're going to do that, you should have coffee frozen yogurt. It's half the fat and calories of ice cream. So, I bought it and I tried it. At our next session, I brought it up during my quad presses. Hey, I had some of that coffee frozen yogurt. You know what else I could do instead of eating coffee ice cream? I could chew on a tan-colored towel. I thought I'd really got to him on that one, but he just increased the weight on my quad press machine. Rico was always giving me tips on how to lose weight faster. Drink more water, he'd say, doing sit-ups while hanging upside down. I do drink a lot of water, I'd reply. Ice cream makes me thirsty. These were things I'd say to Rico to get him all riled up. He was hard to rile, though, especially when he was upside down. Clearly, Rico had no understanding of my love of food. There are people who are like that. They don't really care about what they eat or when or how much or if they can get seconds. They just eat what's good for them. Who are these people? Rico told me in all sincerity one day, You can go to any restaurant. Just don't order bread, potatoes, rice, fatty meats, dessert, or wine. Let's see, that leaves carrots and water. Sounds delicious. I don't think he heard me. I was about 15 feet away from him and had just caught the medicine ball he'd thrown to me. Well, at me. And hard, not the way a boy should throw to a girl. But that was Rico. You can eat whatever you want, just eat less of it. You like pizza? Yeah, let's go get some pizza. I dropped the medicine ball and ran to get my jacket. No, I mean if you like it, you can have it, just one slice. I don't think I've ever had just one slice of pizza, unless it was one of those really big slices you buy one at a time. But those are easily 3 slices of regular pizza in one huge slice shape. I think the only way I could ever eat just one slice of pizza is if I had the one slice and then knocked myself out with a rock. I wanted to quit. I wanted to go home. I wanted Meredith Baxter to take me away. Suddenly I felt rage boil up in my belly. I felt the injustice of my genes. Why wasn't I born in Sweden like everyone else? Why did I need some jerk to stand next to me counting my reps and telling me to feel the burn? I felt the burn all right, and the burn made me want to punch my trainer in the face. And then, as if by magic, Rico appeared in front of me wearing headgear and holding up 2 large red padded gloves. Are you ready for some kickboxing, baby? Oh, I was ready. I've had many trainers since Rico, but I still miss him sometimes. If it weren't for him, I would have never gotten into kickboxing, and I'll always appreciate the fact that he didn't sue me. I did hit him pretty hard. Rico was a good sport, but what could he say to me? He was the one that got me so strong in the first place. Smartishness. Do you feel insecure because you keep getting the nagging feeling that you're not that smart? Well, I've got news for you, my friend. You have no need to be insecure. That nagging feeling is absolutely right on target. You are not that smart, but I have more good news for you. You are also not alone. Let's face it, we're all stupid. Each and every one of us. Oh, sure, some people went to college and got degrees, big whoop. I could have done that. I stayed in school plenty long. As long as the law said I had to. You see, scientists have proven that we only use 10% of our brain, and that's on a good day. 10%. Let that figure roll around in your head a bit. You got room enough, after all. You're only using 10% of it. It's just not that much, is it? I mean, imagine what we could accomplish if we used the other 60%. Getting older doesn't help the old noggin either, let me tell you that. And I know I'm getting older because I just use the expression old noggin. I'm not sure if it's happening to everyone, but I'm slower than I used to be. My mind is definitely slowing down. Maybe it's on a little vacation.